Good people's RFG back at it today, and I'm going to make this video very quick, but this is just going to be a follow up on what I was stating in the Black Panther Decoded video when I stated that, you see what I'm saying, 85 to 90% of the so-called black people in America were already here. Okay, this is absolute proof, cold hard, you see what I'm saying, nail in the coffin proof. Um, this knowledge right here, okay, is just fucking undeniable, okay? Because I had no clue. You see what I'm saying? I study professional sports. I study football, basketball, baseball, and the Olympics, and I never came across this knowledge until about 3 or 4 days ago. Okay, so I found out, hey, there was an actual team, a minor league baseball team, okay, in Birmingham, Alabama, and this was their name, people. This was their name, okay? Now, what's crazy is when you look at the mascot, okay? You look at the mascot right here, okay? This mascot looks very similar. This mascot looks very similar to something else, very similar to another Major League Baseball team, okay? This right here is nothing but a replica of the Cleveland Indian, okay? Of the Cleveland Indian logo, okay? So basically, this team right here that was established, this team was established in 1898. The Birmingham Negroes, they established in 1898, 4 years after the Cleveland Indians were established. Cleveland Indians were established in 1894. So that means that the owners, the baseball league owners of the minor baseball league at that time, they had the same knowledge that the MLB owners had, that the American Negroes were the real Indians, were the real natives of North and South America. Okay. Once again, the Zionist Jews knew our ancestors' history, but we did not. You see what I'm saying? Because their mission was to feed us their lies in their public education school system, the public miseducation system, and they basically fed us the whole, the whole slave ship lie. Okay, but I'm pretty sure if anybody were to ask their great grandparents, you see what I'm saying, or ask their grandparents if their parents told them anything about slave ships, or you see what I'm saying, if you can get any information, you see what I'm saying, down the line, great grandparents, double great grandparents, triple great grandparents, I'm pretty sure, see what I'm saying, most so-called black people in America won't be able to find any lineage that goes back to any slave ship people. You know why? Okay. Same thing I've been saying since 2015. This is the same reason why these baseball league owners, okay, in 1894 came out with the Cleveland Indians, okay, at their logo and as an indigenous Moor, okay, and then 4 years later they flat out told you right in front of your face, okay, who the Indian really was, okay, because it's the same fucking logo, people. Please look at the face. It's the same logo. All they did was add the hair and take the feather away. It's the same logo, people. So the Zionist Jews who owned the MLB major and minor leagues, they knew the knowledge that the so-called Negro was the indigenous human of the Americas. Okay? Right here, proof. Right here. Okay? Mainstream media won't dare talk about this. Okay? Once again, I've been sharing this information for over 2.5, going on 3 years. Okay? The so-called black people of America are indigenous. Okay? The the quote unquote Asiatic Moor, the quote unquote Atlantean. Okay, they are indigenous to the Americas. In Christopher Columbus's journals, he wrote in his journals that the natives had skin of copper. See, skin of copper. Okay, you can see the phenotype. This girl right here, this man right here. Okay, very, very similar to a lot of. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This guy has the same phenotype as Kobe Bryant. This guy right here looks like he could be related to Kobe Bryant. Come on now. Come on now. You get the red and yellow native from the original native mixing blood with the European. You see what I'm saying? Or the red and yellow native would have more of a mongoloid phenotype. Either one of the two. The original native, okay, are the quote unquote black natives of the Americas. And the Zionist Jews knew this information. That's how you get sports teams, okay, where they title it the Birmingham Negroes, and the and the phenotype of the face is the same appearance as the Cleveland Indian. Okay, that's not done by accident. That was not done by accident, ladies and gentlemen. These people know our history, but once again, we don't. Okay, this is one of Martin Luther King's sayings. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. Okay, bingo. So we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. Okay, Martin Luther King. This right here, along with MLK trying to team up with Malcolm X to get reparations for black people. Okay, this statement right here got Martin Luther King killed. Okay, everybody out there talking about MLK was a coon. MLK was a coon. MLK started out as a coon. He started out as a coon, but then when he started meeting up with Malcolm X and he started saying things like this, then he became an enemy in the eyes of the CIA and the FBI, and they had him killed. Okay, because MLK knew the real history of the Negro. See what I'm saying? By studying the works of Malcolm X, and they knew that the quote unquote black man, black woman, and child were indigenous to the Americas. Okay? So all of these fucking owners of these MLB teams, okay, they're all fucking Zionist Jews, and their parents and their grandparents knew the real fucking history of the Negroes in America. Okay? That goes for the MLB owners, that goes for the NBA owners, that goes for the NFL owners. Okay? They all had knowledge of who the American Negro really was. That's why they put it in their fucking logos. Okay? With Washington Redskins, they really should be called the Washington Dark Brown Skins. And then you had a team called the Birmingham Negroes. And it was the same phenotype as the fucking Cleveland Indian logo. Same appearance as the Cleveland Indian logo. Right in front of your faces. Okay? All of these motherfuckers. All of them. Okay? All of their parents know exactly who the American Negro really is and know that they are indigenous to the Americas. Okay? It's not a secret anymore, people. Not a secret anymore. Okay? And like I said, anybody who wants to debate, here goes the numbers that they give us, that the mainstream gives us about the transatlantic slave trade. They tell us, that 20 million slaves over 360 years, over 20 million slaves were brought from Africa to America. Okay, so when you divide that, when you divide 20 million slaves, okay, into these slave ships that would have had to have been used to get this done, okay, you have 20 million slaves, and then you have anywhere from 300 to 400 slave ships that would be used on a yearly basis. Okay, go ahead and pick up slaves. Okay, so when you divide 20 million into into roughly 300, anywhere from 250 to 300, you get 66,000. Okay, You get 66,000 slave ships that would have had to have been used total to basically pull 20 million slaves from Africa to America over a 360-year span. That would total 66,000 slave ships. Okay? Because each ship would hold anywhere from 350 to 500 slaves. One ship. So when you divide the each ship that would have 350 slaves, a 350 into 20 million, okay, 20 million divided into 350 per each ship, so that's 66,000 slave ships. So please tell me, I want one person to name me what was the name of the logging company used to chop down the trees to make 66,000 slave ships to bring the slaves from the western coast of Africa over to America. Okay? What was the name of the logging company in America that chopped down all the goddamn rainforests, okay, to make 66,000 slave ships? Okay? 66,000 slave ships that could carry anywhere from 350 to 500 slaves. Think about that number, 66,000. Okay? That'd be the entire goddamn rainforest in Georgia and in South Carolina and in North Carolina. Okay? To get all of those goddamn slave ships. So please do your research and see if you can find that logging company for me, because I don't think you're gonna find it anytime soon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so another thing is the voyage from Western Africa to America. That is a 3-month voyage through ocean, through water. Okay, that is a 3-month voyage by ship. 3 months. Okay, what were the slaves eating? What were they drinking? Where were they urinating? Where were they defecating? They were vomiting on one another. If you spend time with vomit, with someone else's vomit on your body, or smelling the vomit, okay, the fumes from the vomit, without it being cleaned or treated, you're gonna die from asphyxiation. It's not a game, people. It's not a game. If you urinate on the slave ship, you have hundreds of people urinating and it's not cleaned, the people on the ship will die from ammonia poisoning. They will die from ammonia poisoning. This is a fact. If you stay in the same complacent position, if you stay in the same complacent position for a 2 to 3 week span, your lymphatic system, your whole lymphatic system, and your nervous system will shut down. Okay? So within 3 weeks to a month, I say about 6 weeks. About 6 weeks on this voyage, and 95% of the slaves would have been dead. Okay? Those are the facts. Those are the cold hard facts, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This right here is an illusion. This right here is a farce. This right here is just as big as a lie as the Jesus lie. Okay? The Jesus story and the transatlantic slave ship story go hand in hand because they've both been debunked repeatedly. Okay? This was a fucking CIA psyop to disenfranchise the American Negro from his land. Disenfranchise